Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Earlier today, on the 4th of June 2023, I made a video based on some statements made by the Ukrainians saying that they are ready for the counteroffensive, but they're not going to tell us when it starts. And I was just allowing my mind just to wander around, and I said, I think these guys are preparing us for a loss, for a fail or failure, failed counteroffensive, which is, I just give you some hints. In case my counteroffensive doesn't goes as planned, I will say, well, we didn't even start the counteroffensive. If it succeeds, then I will say, well, actually, I've been conducting my counteroffensive for about a week or two already. So I think they're like that. They don't know what's going on, what's going to happen, obviously. Some Ukrainians claim that the counteroffensive already started, and as I said, the United States told Zelensky that we provided everything that you would need for the counteroffensive. Zelensky the same day said, yes, we're ready for the counteroffensive. Okay, I made this video. Let me show you what video I made earlier today, and this is it. It says, did Ukraine's counteroffensive already fail? They seem to prepare us for a failed counteroffensive. So it was made earlier today, I don't know, at about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, USA. And then, now it's the evening, so at least I would say 12 hours after that, I read this, coming from the Russians. And this is from 10 o'clock, 10:22, on the same day, 4th of June. Ukraine launches large-scale offensive. Russian Ministry of Defense. Kiev's troops have unsuccessfully tried to break through the front line in Donbass, the Russian Defense Ministry said. So I don't know if these guys, I don't want to be this, paranoid or anything like that, but what's going on here? I talked about it earlier, that these guys are just trying but did not succeed, and then at 10 o'clock p.m. the Russian says, yeah, they already started it, but they did not succeed yet. They are pushed back. And let's see what the Russians are claiming. Ukrainian forces have attacked the Russian troops along 5 sections of the front line in Donbass during their, and I'm quoting the Russians, large-scale offensive, end quote, the Russian Defense Ministry said in the early hours of Monday. So that's actually tomorrow morning for our time. So I'm reading what the Russians report from Ukraine from tomorrow, because right now here's about what, 10 o'clock p.m. Over there you are at about 7, 8 hours, so over there should be like 7 or 8 a.m. Or maybe about that time where the front line is. So they're reporting what's going on probably right now or a minute ago, and they say, well, they already started it, but they failed. And I made an article this morning that, hey, wait, these guys I think they already started it, but they're just getting us ready in case they fail. No, we didn't start it, because my question was, okay, you're going to start your counteroffensive, but will we feel it? Will we notice that you started or no? And I made some jokes over there. Watch the video. I think it was... anyway, so let's keep going here. According to the Ministry of Defense, the assault began on Sunday morning. The enemy goal was to breach our defenses in what they assumed was the most vulnerable sections of the front line, the ministry said in a statement. So it seems like they started Sunday morning, which and then it's already they keep going on Monday morning. And I'm quoting, the enemy has failed to reach its goals and was unsuccessful, end quote, the ministry stated. The Ministry of Defense said that Ukraine has deployed the 23rd and the 31st Mechanized Brigade from its, I'm quoting, strategic reserves, which were supported in battle by other units. I can only guess. And I'm quoting, the Ukrainian armed forces have lost more than 250 service members, 16 tanks, 3 infantry vehicles, and 21 armored vehicles. End quote, the Ministry of Defense says. The ministry released a video of what it said were strikes on Ukrainian military vehicles. Well, I don't know if we can release this one here or not, but anyway, Ukrainian President Zelensky said on Saturday that Kiev was ready to launch its long-planned counteroffensive and that the military could not wait for months. The deputy head of his office, Igor Zovka, however, said the same day that his country has still not received enough weapons and ammunition to mount a successful campaign. Kiev has recently stepped up the artillery and drone attacks on Russian cities, including UAV raid on Moscow last week. The Russian Defense Ministry said on Sunday evening, that the troops had repelled an armed incursion into the Belgorod region, which shares a border with Ukraine. The Russian Volunteer Corps and the Freedom of Russia Legion, two pro-Kiev groups made up of fighters with neo-Nazi background, claim responsibility for the attacks. Okay, well, the Russians, as I said, claim they launched already the military counter-offensive. Well, I don't see any results, and obviously if there's no results, positive results for the Ukrainians, they say, well, we didn't start anything. If that would be a success, they will probably wait for a momentum, you know, like, okay, the ball is rolling, catches momentum and speed, then we can say, yes, we started, our counteroffensive is successful. I think. Do I know that for certain? No, because they both lie, the Ukrainians and the Russians. But I'm trying to, read between the lines, if you know what I mean, and find out what the hell happened. And it's very coincidental that Ukrainians are using that, oh, nobody will know when we start. And we didn't start yet. And then there were about a week ago and a week and a half ago, they said it, officials said that, oh yeah, the offensive is ongoing. I think it's been for 3 weeks or something. Well, I don't know. I'm waiting. I think this is let's put it this way. I don't think the Ukrainian counteroffensive will have a big boom anywhere. And if it's going to do something, it's going to do something for a short period of time. And then the Russians will contain it and probably either encircle them or push them back. But that's my assessment. That's what I think. Could it be? I don't think, I can't assess that Ukrainians will cut the Russians off of Crimea and we're gonna go and liberate Crimea and we'll push the Russians back to the border of, 1991 or something like that. I don't think so. If these guys are still in charge of Russia, the evil guys over there, I don't think that would happen. They would not let that happen. They will use nuclear weapons before they would allow a mile lost to the east. But hey, that's what I think based on my experience with these guys. We're gonna find out if they allow us to find out. In the meantime, stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.